Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a 2020 release from Omega, the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch Silver Snoopy Award 50th anniversary. That is the 50th anniversary of the Silver Snoopy Award being bestowed by the astronauts on Omega for its role in the successful recovery of the damaged Apollo 13 mission capsule. So this watch right here is the third of the Silver Snoopy Award commemoratives, but what's different about the example in my hand is that when this watch came out in 2020, it was marketed on a strap, and some people upgrade to a bracelet, so this is a different look and a different feel that does change the character of the watch a little bit. The timepiece in steel is 42 millimeters in diameter, it's 15 millimeters thick, it's 47.3 from lug to lug with a 20 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. And what's interesting here is that unlike previous generations of Moonwatch, we don't have solid end links, and that cuts a huge amount of distance across the wrist from the watch. So no longer 53 plus from end link to end link, it is now just 47.3 from lug to lug, and that is how it wears. So if you just about couldn't wear the prior Moonwatch, you're going to be able to wear this one. Now you can see the watch wears very nicely on my 16 centimeter wrist. I think you could even get away with wearing this on a 14 centimeter wrist. Look how much clearance I have on each side. It's not a thick watch, nor is it a thin watch, but you can see the overlap of the bezel will create a problem for super tight shirt sleeves. Jackets should be okay. Down the barrel is always the definitive angle, but you can always see the over-the-top shot, which makes every watch look broader. Even here, pulling the bracelet tight, the lugs are not beyond the edge of my wrist. The bracelet's a nice piece. It's familiar. It's current generation Moonwatch, so it's vintage inspired with short links taper from the end link down towards the clasp. We have some polished intermediates, satin shoulders, satin center links. We have polished outer faces, many screw-fixed individual removable links, so you've got a lot of flexibility in sizing. We have a Omega logo with a combination of satin, media blast, and polish, all on the clasp. Twin trigger release. You got to press them both or it won't pop open. Taking a quick look, you can see inside the clasp, you've got two different anchoring points for the spring bar, so you can micro adjust that in and out with your strap tool. Rolling around now to the watch itself, it's very familiar. Satin finished case band. We have a bevel that runs end to end, expanding at the end of the lugs. Lyre style lugs with both inward and outward bevels. We have the professional style case. So this is something that was introduced back in the 60s to give a larger case size and some shear protection for the crowns and pushers. We have a ceramic tachymetric scale bezel with the diagonal .70 and the .over90. The ceramic is highly scratch resistant. We have a vaulted, cambered, almost boxed sapphire designed to look like a vintage plexiglass. Then we've got a dial made of sterling silver, and you can just about see right above the hands where it says AG925, so that's a solid dial. We have blue PVD for all the contrasting elements, a stepped outer dial, countersunk sub-registers. We have the image of Snoopy as he was actually drawn specifically by his creator, Charles Schultz, for the Silver Snoopy Award, so you could see Snoopy in a spacesuit. And so Silver Snoopy is bestowed on honored suppliers and employees of NASA by the astronauts themselves. So it is something that is given as the highest honor by the people who actually fly. And once the Speedmaster was used for timing recovery maneuvers in the crippled Apollo 13 craft, a little bit later that year, we'll turn this over and we'll talk about some of the details here, but later that year, you could see October 5th, 1970, that's when the award was actually given. And you could see that April 1970 is when Apollo 13 actually flew. You can see all of the advertising nonsense is on the back, which is good taste. Coaxial master chronometer, October 5th, 1970. Apollo 13, April 1970. Caliber 3861, Naiad lock. What does it all mean? We'll get to it in a moment. The dial is more upscale than a standard Moonwatch because we have applique indices rather than printed features. You can see the applique Omega marquee, which is something that's typically reserved for the sapphire sandwich models. And we'll do a quick loom shot here. You can see it's fairly well loomed, including the chronograph seconds hand. One feature on the 3861 generation of the Moonwatch caliber not previously featured is that we now have a hacking seconds function. So you pull the crown, you stop the watch. We have a cam function cycler, which is now better than most column wheels. It's no longer on par. It's actually at the point now where the Lamagna Omega tandem is so sophisticated that the crispness here of the coulisse style function cycler is as good or better relative to a column wheel. We still have a lateral clutch though, so we have that characteristic jump or stagger when you start it up. Lateral clutches are not seamless, but they are traditional, and they're very shock resistant, which is why these space-themed watches are still equipped with them. Turning it all over, you can see, take a look at the running seconds hand over at 9 o'clock. There is an extended pinion for this that also drives the spinning planet Earth. So I'll stop the command service module there with Snoopy in it. You can see the Earth beneath him is constantly rotating, and that is on the same extended pinion as the seconds hand. Now we also have the image of the moon. We have Snoopy in the command service module, and when the chronograph is running, you can see he's on a little sapphire spoke that is almost impossible to see when you move away from the case back. And so he just continues to orbit around and around and around the light side and the dark side of the moon. A few movement specs, of course, still Lamagna 1873 based, but this is the 3861, that's what's mentioned right here. It is quite advanced. 50-hour power reserve, manual wind, 3 hertz beat rate, cam, function cycler with a lateral clutch, stop seconds, 26 joules. It's now got a free sprung balance for more precise adjustment, greater shock resistance, anti-magnetic silicon hairspring, anti-magnetic balance staff, and escapement. It is a coaxial escapement now, no longer a Swiss lever, meaning it has the tangential friction escapement system created by George Daniels and industrialized by Omega, which remains, along with Grand Seiko's twin pulse system, the most sophisticated escapement you can buy for under $50,000. This is really quite something, and it does yield payoffs. The Master Chronometer certification encompasses a lot. It's a fully assembled watch test, not a COSC chronometer test of a bare movement. The timing tolerance is -0 +5 seconds per 24 hours, and so compare that to a bare movement COSC movement test, which is -4 +6. You could see METAS, the Master Chronometer certification, developed with the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology, or METAS. It is a much more exacting standard. It also includes power reserve, water resistance, this is 50 meters, durability, and anti-magnetism tested individually to over 15,000 Gauss, which is over 1.5 Tesla. That's a minimum, not a maximum anti-magnetic quality here. So there really is quite a lot to love. And you can see there's this little naiad lock nonsense on the case back. Once upon a time, back in the 60s, that referred to a specific type of crown. Today, it refers to a specific type of case back that always screws in and orients itself perfectly aligned top to bottom. So for example, Silver Snoopy Award is sort of the text that stretches from one top lug to the opposite top lug. Well, if this were a conventional threaded case back, it would screw in and come to rest at random angles. It's always in this orientation due to the naiad lock design, so that's what that means. There is a lot to love with this watch, an absolute ton. Coaxial master chronometer, super crisp actuation, movement that is still in the moon watches used by NASA, including for spacewalks, so it has a lot of credibility. The durability of the sapphire sandwich construction, because it does have a sapphire over the back, even though you can't see the movement. The last thing I'm going to show, because a lot of people ask about this, people ask me, is the case back luminescent? I guess the best way to put paid to that is just to show you that no, it's not, but you get a really good look at the moon, Snoopy, the Earth, and the cosmos. So if you love this watch, reach out to me, Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.